Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to talk about if 1100 is justifiable for me for the Legion Go 2 Z2 Extreme 1TB 32GB of RAM that I got this. So if you're in the US, 1100 is actually you're gonna get the Z2 non-extreme, right? And 5GB of RAM, 5GB of storage. But I'm not in the US, so it's actually a blessing because I actually got it for 1100, the Z2 Extreme, and 1TB, tax included. So it just means I just need to pay 1100 and get the device. So I'm gonna compare and I'm gonna talk about if it's justifiable for that price. And so let's just the first one I want to talk about is that like comparing the price with the Xbox Ally, like in my local price. So the Ally, the Xbox Ally is, let me open again. Like for the Xbox Ally, they actually has a $899 price, but it is a 12GB of RAM, 12GB of storage. So that just means if I want to get the 1TB, it's gonna be $980. So it's only what, 120 different. So it's $120. I get like a bigger screen, OLED screen as well, and bigger RAM. I said for that price is much like worth it. What's going on here? Why is the game's not launching? Okay, they had some like Windows stuff doing. So for that 120, it's not that, oh, I'm gonna yap, so video is gonna be long, another yap session, because I'm actually passionate, is that how the word for this type of device? I think like a lot of people like would actually related to this if you like PC handheld, because I actually like chasing. Like if a new one come out like a year or 2 years ago until now, like if something come out, I buy it. The Ally, okay. Steam Deck OLED, the Ally, Legion Go, I'm Azawraith, 1X Fly. Like if something come out, I buy it just to chase that, to make sure that, okay, this is my dream device. I want it, but none of them, like even the Legion Go one, the only one that is the closest to my my use case for my liking to be a dream device is the Legion Go one. But it's still, I'm gonna talk about the Legion Go one as well later on. But for 120, I think it's more than worth it. And also the build quality, for some reason, like for the Ally, because ASUS like the ROG brand, it's always feel like it's more premium, than most like other laptop manufacturer. But for some reason, for the Ally, they don't have the same quality build as like Lenovo, like the Legion Go 1, for example. Like the Legion Go 1 feels so much more premium than the Ally. And like for that price, because they like similar price, I feel like they should have like similar build, right? They shouldn't feel as I wouldn't say cheap. I would say cheap. Like the plastic feel cheap, like the joystick as well. Like if you play like the Ally, the original Ally, like this stick, they don't have this metal ring. When you play it for like 2 or 3 months, you're gonna feel it, because they actually like stretches around here. The plastic, you can see the plastic stretching around here. If you still have the original Ally, make sure you look up like in the part, especially the left joystick. You're gonna see the stick, you call it, not the stick, like the joystick like scratches. Like it just feels cheap, you know what I mean? And I wasn't like using it like really like roughly, because I actually like taking care of my devices, because These are expensive, but they feel like cheaper in terms of like if we compare it to the Legion Go, you know. I'm talking about the Legion Go 1, not talking about the Legion Go 2 yet. But for the Xbox Ally X, I don't think it's that much of an improvement of the build, because I haven't touched it yet, so I couldn't say. But I don't think it's gonna have this premium build like the Legion Go 2. Like for what I'm watching review from Retro Game Course or ETA Prime, you know. For what I'm seeing, I don't think it look, especially the plastic. You see the plastic on the Legion Go 2? Like, you see the fingerprint? It's so much easy to clean, you know? They don't like, see? It's just like pop out, like just clean itself, you know? Like, you see, I don't even like clean it that much. And they don't have that much like dust or like fingerprints on it. I can just use it without like caring, okay, my device is gonna be dirty, you know what I mean? And another thing is like the Ally, the Xbox Ally, like even though the price is like similar to the Legion Go 2, they still had that like LCD 7-inch screen with gigantic bezel. That's crazy. The bezel is like so big. I don't see a lot of people talking about it with reviewing. Like I think like reviewer should talk about the bezel, how big it is. Like you compare to this, like the only thing that is kind of not as good on the Legion Go 2, look, the bottom one is actually a little bit thicker than the above one, but the side one is actually like smaller than the Legion Go 2, the Legion Go 1, like the thickness of the bezel. Even this is still much smaller, like the bezel, than the Legion, the Rock Ally. Doesn't matter which version, because they're still using the same screen. I say like a lot of people that review them should talk about like it should use an OLED, one, because of the price. Two, the bezel shouldn't be that big. Like it's just crazy. The device is almost as big as the Legion Go 2, and the screen is 7-inch. Like when obviously it's gonna be a little bit smaller than the Legion Go 2 because it's still 7-inch, but it's almost the same like width-wise. It shouldn't be that small for the screen, and the bezel shouldn't be that big. And also you only get like 24 gig of RAM, LCD, and that design. I don't know. It's not offensive to me, the design for the Rock Ally, the Xbox Ally X. It's not offensive. Not some people I watch, like they just hate that design. I don't hate it. It's just that not attractive to me. Even the Legion Go 2 is not that much attractive to me, but it's not. I would very much like this anytime, any day, like in terms of look, than the Ally. In terms of design. And if I compare this to the Legion Go 2, okay, now we not the Legion Go 2, the Legion Go 1. It's like the improvement on this from the Legion Go 1, like almost every single thing is like improved. Screen is not an LCD, it's an OLED. It's so much sharper. Not so much sharper, it's lower resolution, but it's so much more immersive, you know, with OLED screen. When playing, it feels like I'm having like a mini cinema in front of me. Look, I don't know if you can tell how good this look on the screen, on the camera, but like it looks like a mini cinema, especially if you like a headphone on. You put on a headphone and you play this, it feels like you had a mini cinema. And also now we're actually talking about the Legion Go 1, okay, like comparing to this, the Legion Go 1, you see this is not sharp like the Legion Go 1. Like the Legion Go 1 is like, if you play it, like you gonna feel this part of your palm like sharpening. But here there's nothing like that. It's just round. Everything's so round. Everything's so good feels so good. And the battery life is not as good as this because this is like a 74 watt, and also the chip is much more efficient. So I most likely only play on balance mode. I don't even need to go to performance because balance and performance doesn't feel as like it's much of an improvement for the Z2 Extreme. You know, for the Z1, yes, I can feel okay. This one is like so much more performant, but for the Z2 Extreme, it doesn't feel like that. They feel like only give me for like what 5-6 FPS, and the battery is gonna be so much more worse. So I say balance is more than enough for me. I actually can play like Red Dead 2 at 60, at 1200p and 60 FPS, almost 60 FPS at balance mode. I don't think we can get any better than that. And also, like the audio on the Legion Go 1 is just like, man, it is offensive. I wouldn't say bad. It is offensive. Like, doesn't matter what you do. FX sound, that Realtek console, doesn't matter. It's just bad. That doesn't matter. So now that we talk about all the comparing to the Ally and coming from the Ally and the Legion Go 1. So now I'm gonna talk, because this I actually got this. Did I say it that I got it for tax included? So I only pay 1100 and got the device. So maybe I'm having a brain fart, so I don't know. Maybe I already talked about it. So now let's talk about the Legion Go 2. Like the screen, brother. Like the screen is just, I could not go back to an LCD screen after playing this. I'm repeating it. It feels like a mini cinema in front of me. Like especially if you play like Horizon Zero Dawn, like those game or Forbidden West, they just like popping, like every color, like the color looks so much more detailed, not just the black, you know, because it's OLED, the black's gonna look much better than an LCD screen. It's the vibrancy good as well, but the color, like if you see green on the LCD screen, it looks like the green look okay green, but here it looks green and then it's like kind of bluish and then kind of green, you know. It has the contrast of an OLED, if you know what I mean. It's just that, okay, you see this, if it's on the LCD screen, it's gonna look like one dimensional, one color, but here look, okay, this look kind of yellow. I don't know if you can tell. This is kind of yellow, this is kind of green. That contrast, that make it look much more immersive. You know, playing game, it feel like there's a mini cinema in front of you. That's how good it looks. And it's also landscape and has HDR. Like the landscape is actually the only game, like even with the Legion Go 1, the only game that I encountered that issue is Red Dead 2. But I can just go to the setting and turn it to Vulkan or DH12, I forgot. But it's easy fix. But with landscape, you're not gonna have that issue. And most of the like people that complaining about the portrait, I wasn't like part of the like people that complaining about the portrait, but I would like it to be landscape like this. It just mean we're not gonna have to deal with that Windows stuff anymore, you know. Even though it wasn't like a huge deal for me. Man, it just looks so good. And another thing is like the control and the speaker. Right, the speaker is not like good enough. Like out of the box, it's not good enough. I have to use FX sound. Let me turn on a little bit. Like this is with FX sound. It sounds good, more than good enough, and it's so loud with FX sound. Like it's so loud, it's like comical. I never had to use it more than like 50%. This is like 40%. Is almost like so loud, like with FX sound. But for out of the box, I would like it to be better, you know. And also the control, there's no sharp, there's no anything, but I would not like to have this, you know. I would rather not having the, what you call them, the mouse mode. The mouse mode, I don't think is useful for me. Let me turn down this back. Like the mouse mode is not useful, because I feel like most people that I know that own the Legion Go or the Legion Go 2, they don't even use the mouse mode, because we still have to head up the puck and plug it in, you know. It's not as practical as like a Switch 2, because Switch 2 you don't need a third-party hardware to do that. But here you still need that puck that included in the box to use it as a mouse mode. So I don't think it's as practical, you know. So it's not as practical, but I would rather not having that, so I wouldn't have to deal with this, you know. Because I think they had to do this because you need to do that. I could not think of any, like, I never use it, like literally, even with the Legion Go 1. I'm not lying, like, not exaggerating. I never touched that mouse mode, just because we already had the touchpad, you know, which I don't use anymore because the screen is big. I can just touch. But it's good to have this. I would rather not having the mouse mode, just to make it comfortable. Like the left side, it feels good, if not as good as the Steam Deck. Because Steam Deck, you know, like Steam Deck is really good at ergonomic. Here, it's as good as the Steam Deck, I say. But the right side, it just, even after more than a week, I still feel like, okay, this still bothers me. You know what I mean? It's not bothering me as much as the first time I got it, but it's still bothering me, you know? So, the control better, speaker better, VR screen, contrast OLED, landscape, HDR, better plastic, better build than the Legion Go 1. Because like the first time you hold the device, you would instantly know, okay, this is a much better build even than the Legion Go 1. So now we're gonna talk like everything is not like sunshine and rainbow. I'm gonna talk about like things that I like, a small nitpick and thing that I want to improve from this. Let's say like the Legion Go 3, for example. So the one thing, like the main one for this device is the weight. It's, what is it, 920 grams? It is so heavy. I can feel it, because when I play it like this, like 5 minutes or 10 minutes, like in bed, if I put it like this, like above my face, only 5 or 10 minutes, I'm gonna feel it. I'm gonna feel that, okay, this is, I have to like readjust the position to like holding like this or like this, you know. So I don't know if they can improve with the Legion Go 3, because we would want to have that more battery, right? So more battery is gonna mean more weight, because I think the battery is the heaviest of the hardware. So I don't know if they can like improve the weight, but I think it's a little bit too heavy for me, because I had like the Red Magic Astra with the X5S. So with that setup, it's about like 550 grams. It's literally almost half the weight of this, and I got like almost the same screen, like 9-inch OLED screen. So I don't know I don't know if they can like improve with the weight. And also the controller, like I said, I wish there's no this button, and this button is not like this. It shouldn't be here, it should be here. You know, there should be like, because of, like I say, most people don't use that mouse mode. There should be like 2 versions. One come with this, one come without it, you know. So I would pick that one that without the mouse mode, like anytime, any day. So, and I would wish it is a higher resolution, even though it's like more practical to have like a 1200p like display like this for a device with a Z2 Extreme power. But I would love it to have like 1600p, you know, when we use like integer scaling, it's gonna look cleaner, because if we scale from 800p, it's gonna look better than 1200p. And also, like if we play indie game like Silsong, Hades 2, they're gonna look better just because we can actually utilize that 1600p. And I also like feel like a device this expensive, it should be, we shouldn't have any like downgrade from the previous one, right? But I get it that they had to make it 1200p. It's just that it's still a bummer, you know, it's still a downgrade. If this is like 1600p, it would be glorious, you know, playing Silsong on this. Can you imagine? And the sound as well, I hope that the sound, like the Legion Go 3 for example, is gonna sound better out of the box. I don't need to use FX sound, even though I don't mind use FX sound, but I shouldn't have to do that. You know what I mean? It should just sound good out of the box. Also, you see the jack phone? You see? The 3mm jack phone? Or headphone jack, and the USB-C. They shouldn't be up down here. They should be up, all of them. All the ports should be up. Because we had a stand, right? We want to use the stand like this. Like, why are they like on the bottom? Because when we use a stand like this, they're gonna like, how do you charge on the bottom like this? They're gonna hold like this, right? Like, or when you use a headphone jack, it's just like, it's kind of defeat the purpose. Like, why is it on the bottom? Maybe it's like the motherboard they're using, they can't put it up here because they're like heat sink or something. So I don't know. I'm not an engineer, so I wish like the Legion Go 3 is gonna have all the port up. It shouldn't be on the bottom. The only one should be on the bottom is the micro SD card, so we wouldn't have to see it, right? And also, I think that's the only thing. What is going on over there? I think it's my little cousin. They just come back from school. So in conclusion, is it worth it? Is it worth 1100? Is 1100 justified for me? Yes, it is. If I compare it to other Z2 Extreme, it is more than justified. Even at 1350, that most people had to do, not most people, because most people is not on in the US. I say a lot of people in the US, the main focus. But I say, even if you had to pay 1350 for this, it's still a much better deal than the Xbox Ally. I'm saying it. With people might get mad, but it is a much better deal. You get OLED screen, bro. If you play this, and then you go back to the LCD screen, 7-inch OLED, 7-inch LCD screen on the Ally, I don't think you can play. Like, I'm not lying, I'm not exaggerating. I don't think you can actually play on this. Okay, if I play, Forza for example, or Horizon, and then I switch back to 7-inch LCD screen, I would say, man, why does this screen look so muted? Even with the increased saturation, you can just go to AMD Adrenalin and turn on the saturation a little bit. It's still not like an OLED contrast, you know? Like I said, like everything doesn't look like one-dimensional. They looks like the color has contrast, you know? They look, green looks green, blue look blue, you know what I mean? It's just that immersive. And also, like, for some reason, for an OLED screen, like, you see that there's some, like, after raining, there's some lightning reflection on the road. On OLED, always looks much better than an LCD screen, especially with lighting, for example. Like, game that has some good lighting, like The Last of Us Part 1 remake or Part 2 remake, that are really good lighting. Like, it's just so much immersive when playing this. Like, I'm literally saying like glazing the Legion Go 2, but I think like right now this is like the best like PC handheld that you can buy if you want to spend over $1,000. I say get the Legion Go 2, unless the Legion Go 2 is so big for you. You want something smaller than the Ally or something smaller than the Legion Go 2. I don't think even the Xbox Ally X is that much smaller than this, because I watched reviews, so they put them both together. They're not that much. The size is like the Legion Go 2, obviously it's going to be a little bit bigger, but it's still not much bigger. And you get so much better, like OLED screen, HDR, VR, like you don't even lose any thing. Like on the Legion Go 1, you know, like when people are talking about the screen, on the Legion Go 1, for me, the Legion Go 1 is still so much better than the Xbox Ally. Not Xbox Ally, the Ally, the original one. Even though it doesn't have like VR, it's still so much better because the screen bigger, and also the vibrancy on the, like, it's almost OLED level. It's not OLED level, but it's almost OLED level in terms of like look, contrast, color, you know what I mean? And it's big as well. So if you had to spend more than 1,000, I say this is the best one you can get. Unless like a 1x Fly, 1x Player, or MSI, or any others like handheld company using this screen, 8.8-inch OLED screen, on another handheld, and using the Phoenix Point, the Ryzen Max AI Series 395 or AI Max. Is it Max AI or AI Max? The 395, the one with the GPD Win 5. Unless something that is with that power and use this OLED, that would be the best one. Over 1,000. But here right now, but I think with that, I think it's gonna be increasing the overall like price better, because now it's like only 1,100. So with that, I think it's gonna be like at least like the lowest one, at least 1,600 or 1,700. Like I'm thinking it's not like I'm imagining things, you know. Like if there's a like INEO, for example, they're coming out with an OLED 8.8-inch using the same screen as the Legion Go 2 with a Phoenix Point, the 395 CPU, that would be the dream. But right now, I think it's gonna be like the price is gonna be so much like heavier, so much more expensive. But right now, if you want to get something over 1,000, I think this is the best one to get, and you don't lose anything if you like compare it to the Xbox Ally. I think this is like the main competitor from the Xbox Ally X. You don't lose the VR. You still have the VR. I think that's it. That's the video. So get the Legion Go 2, people. And I'm not telling you to get it, okay? I'm just saying, if you spend over 1,000, this is gonna be like the best purchase for you, because you do not want to chase so many like PCNL like I did, like one and a half year ago, because I waste so much money just to get to this point. So thanks for watching.